Hey guys, it's Infinite, and today we're playing some Domination on Summit, using MPL with Rapid Fire. My perks are Scavenger Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Marathon Pro. As you guys are going to quickly notice as I make video after video, Sleight of Hand Pro and Marathon Pro are standards for me. Reason being is because I don't have Tac Mask Pro on this account, and do I get triple RF spat? No, just a double. So, I use Marathon Pro, I think it's the best third perk outside of Tac Mask Pro, which I don't feel like getting, especially since Black Ops is probably not going to be played much more ever for me. So, unless Modern Warfare 3 is absolutely horrible. And then it's just really either Scavenger Pro or Hardline Pro for me in the first perk slot. Unless I really need to play the objective, and then I'll use Flak Jacket. But usually I'm the guy getting all the kills as my teammate goes after the objective. So, that's that. In this game, it's one of the few games where I'm not playing with a full team. I'm playing with my friend Brian, real-life friend. It's Immortal. I only have confidence going into games without a full team, with a few people. He's one of the select few. I know he doesn't care about his stats. I know that if it's whether he's gonna have a good KD or pick up the W for me, he'll go for the W. Doesn't go for wins, doesn't care about anything when he's not playing with me. But when he's playing with me, he knows that we're going for the win. And I love that support. You know, not many people are like that. Most people, if they have a high KD, they're not gonna go for the win when need be. So that's that in terms of the gameplay. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore, obviously. You know, I don't really talk about the gameplay that much. What I want to talk about today is college. So, my last commentary, I talked about my first day at college in terms of just very minor things, like how my classes were, stuff like that. But today I want to talk about something a little different. And I want to talk about workload outside of the classroom. So, before I get into this, I'm going to be probably in the first few weeks of college, I'll make commentaries regarding it a fairly decent amount, just because it's easy to talk about. It'll be on my mind, and I think it'll be pretty good telling a lot of you high school students or middle school students that are gonna have to think about this in a few years from now. So this is something I've learned from the first day and the first workload of assignments that I got. So I got 3 teachers recommended that I read the first chapter in these 3 different textbooks. I'm sure it wasn't required, but I'm a studious kid, and I did it. Okay? I'm sure I'm going to have to do it at one point or another, even if I didn't do it now. Probably took me around 3.5 hours to read all this. You guys know, chapters aren't that long, usually 20 to 30 pages, but a textbook page is like 5 book pages. So it's like equivalent to like 100 book pages. So, you know, I'm a pretty quick reader, but it's only so fast I could read. So that took a lot. And just from the first day of homework, if I had to make an assumption from now, I'd say that there's going to be a lot of reading that has to be done. And your grade's pretty much going to be how much work you put in outside of the classroom, you know what I mean? Like, I have absolutely no problem reading. I like reading. I'd rather read than write. I'm a good reader. I comprehend a lot what I read, and that's, again, I prefer reading over writing. But if you're one of those people who absolutely despises reading, like, can't read at all, I'll update this. But just from the first few assignments, the college teachers seem like they'll tell you, go read this without even thinking twice, you know what I mean? And I'm sure if you took AP classes in high school, you're used to this workload. But if you didn't, like I didn't, even though I could have, I didn't because I'm lazy. I'm kind of happy I didn't, you know, because I feel like I'm going to get a lot more reading that has to be done outside of the class for college. And in high school, I didn't need to put all that workload on me. You know, I was able to do what I wanted in those days, so I'm kind of happy I didn't do it back then, because a lot of my friends were doing a ton of college-level work in high school, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm happy I kind of did what I did. So, that's that. I just wanted to give you guys a little disclaimer. Like I said, I'm going to keep you guys updated, but as of now, if you're one of those borderline students, you know what I mean? Like, you're one of those guys, and I'll use my brother again as an example. My brother is a very hard worker. He's one of the best workers at his job. He does a lot of physical labor. He works at a winery, by the way, and he does a lot of physical labor, and he does it well. You know, he's really good at what he does. He's good at picking things up, putting them down, and he's good at that whole type of deal. If you're one of those people who doesn't necessarily do bad in school, but, you know, you're a 70s, 80s student, not saying you're dumb, you're just not into school stuff. If you hate reading with a passion, So far, from what I've got from college, you would be dead. My brother hates reading more than anyone. Not really, not the best reader in the world, but not the worst reader in the world. Kind of like an average level reader. He hates it. Absolutely hates it. And if he got assigned what I got assigned, he would die. He would die. He would quit the first day of college. So if you really hate reading and don't really have much interest in a lot of stuff in college, like if you're on the fence to begin with, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, I'm not sure about this college thing, and you hate reading, from what I've gathered so far, and like I said, this is just a first impression, almost like, you get a game the first day and you say what you think right off the bat. That's all I'm giving you guys. So I'm not saying like I'm the friggin' encyclopedia of college information. I'm not saying that, but I would definitely reconsider that if you really hate reading. I mean, you're better off not going to college and getting a decent job and kind of working your way up and then getting a good pension when you retire with a physical labor type job than going to college, wasting money, and figuring out you don't like it. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Final score here was 60-4, and I'm sorry this video is going to be up so late. Probably won't go live until like 1 a.m.-ish. Like I said, it's because I've been reading all day. I slept till 1 p.m. because I had a lot of sleep to catch up on, and I had a fantasy football draft at 9, so I didn't have much time in between to breathe. But tomorrow, I'll be back on track. I'll be posting a video around the same time I usually do, 3-4 p.m.-ish, and this weekend I'll be on track again. So I'm going to try to keep posting a video every day, even though I got college stuff going on. Alright guys, talk to you then. See ya.